BBL 851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 26.
It's been a relatively busy few days for the aviation sector within Vietnam for all the wrong reasons. The Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam, the CAAV, asked all Vietnamese airlines to suspend the selling procedure for tickets on their domestic services as the pandemic worsens within the country. Various Vietnamese news agencies reported this before it being picked up widely. However, Vietnam Airlines, the national carrier, have also now plunged into negative equity following a recent posting from the Vietnam stock market. Their equity following a recent financial result dropped into the negative, specifically being around 2,750 billion Vietnamese dongs. Now, for reference, in USD, that's around 120,000. For those unaware of what equity is, it can be best described by Investopedia as representing the amount of money that would return to a company's shareholders if all assets were liquidated. All of the company's debt was paid off in the case of liquidation. In the acquisition case, it is the value of the company's sales minus any liabilities owned by the company not transferred with the sale. However, critically, it is one of the best ways to see how a business is performing financially and what their current state of health is tracking at. When an airline is negative in equity, the ramifications can be far from positive, as the underlying goal for any business, in this sense, is to have a good amount of equity to move through trying times, one being the pandemic. On the other side of the scale, we have Australian airline Qantas. They have made it known that they have a lot of equity at their disposal that could get them through any situation, however hard. Other major airlines that have the substantial financial backing or have worked their way up to be a global super airline, if you will also most likely usually have a reasonable amount of equity. For your smaller, more niche airlines or those that simply do not have the financial backing, continue to struggle. Think of equity as almost a reserve of cash there in case the times get incredibly tough. Out of the 22 companies listed for negative equity, Vietnam Airlines were listed second, outshining other companies by a staggering margin, and that is in the worst way possible. For the airline, the pandemic has hurt them severely, and now, with tourism within the country grinding to a halt, they risk being delisted by the HOSE. However, in some positive news, they do have plans to increase their capital moving forward, for the carrier offering 800 million shares to various shareholders. If this all goes according to plan, paired with their financial results for the second half of this calendar year being somewhat modest, they'll likely see positive equity by the rollover of the new year. However, with Vietnam suspending domestic flights, their results could be severely hampered, and it's something I'll be watching with great interest. What are your thoughts currently with the situation surrounding Vietnam Airlines and, of course, the Vietnamese aviation sector? Feel free to leave it down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.